Okay, I'm live. All right. First and foremost, I want to say I'm off with the Speak Up podcast. I want to thank anybody who's going to be joining in and watching today. Um, First, I'll just kind of open up, let you guys know what I'll be doing. What I'll be doing on this show is probably mostly talking about just about anything. Things from our previous episodes, even things from me and Fat Whole Hotch episode, talking about relationships, my dog. If anybody want to just have a conversation, just really just essentially any thoughts that I have on anything that we shared in the past or something that I'm personally thinking about and I want to just kind of bring out to the world. So that's what I'll be doing now. It won't always be political. It won't always be serious. Sometimes I want to get on here and just fuck around and joke. I'm gonna do a little fucking around today too. Actually, I'm rolling the blunt right now, so might talk about La Reefa later. But first, I want to get in yesterday with this Tariq subject. I didn't really get to say much on it in the Off the Rip show with the Speak Up podcast. So I just wanted to start doing my own thing, real spill with Boff. So that way people can kind of just get my opinion individually without arguments, debates. I try to respect everybody when they're talking, just let everybody get their points out. And sometimes I'm not able to get mine out. So that's what I'll be doing on this show. Hey, Fad, welcome, man. Thank you for joining, bro.
What's cracking, lacking? Did you name this thing already? Oh, we already live. I'm fucking up.
Yeah, I was just letting everybody know what I'm going to be doing. This show is called Real Spill with Moff. I'm gonna be doing this random. I'm not gonna do it like you do with your drafts. I'm not gonna do it every Monday, but I'll be doing it random. Just whenever something comes in my mind, I want to talk about or discuss. Like I was saying, I'm gonna be fucking around, joking. Obviously inviting you guys to talk about points directly things that you guys mentioned, like you did yesterday. So what I was just saying that like I'm rolling some weed up and shit like that. When I finish, I was gonna get deeply into it, the Tyreek thing.
That's true.
So I'll go ramble a little bit for now. So if you want to just say something, you can, Fed.
So, well, first and foremost, congratulations, getting it all popping now that you got you one. Don't forget, the Speak Up Network is that. It is a motherfucking network. You can catch the Speak Up podcast whenever the fuck we feel like it. Off the Rips,
yes, sir.
Whenever the fuck we feel like it. Draft, that stands for That's Real as Fuck, though. Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm West Coast, so that's 6 p.m. Pacific. I know we ain't big like that, but we're going to act like we big like that.
We're going to act like we big like that. The fuck
every Friday is Ho Out Here, which is going to move to its new time, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m., because I feel like the later the better. Everybody's available. It just works out. So, yep. Don't forget tomorrow night, it is Ho Out Here as I clean my motherfucking ears. And, episode 5, what's your fantasy? And, I will give you out a synopsis, but fuck that. You just got to tune in and get jiggy with it.
Be right back, Fed. We'll see you boys right back tomorrow. We do got the Ho Out Here, as I mentioned earlier. So we'll be here every Friday.
We in this bitch. Salute to, Vosi. Salute to, the Noir Intellect and our special guest that came through yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, enlightening topics. But, I was trying to get my mans in there, get his word in. But, they were so passionate about the topic, the boys did not shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so I just let them talk, let them get it out. They was real passionate, all three of them, about that. And I was just going to state why I wasn't as passionate is because I do have some respect for Tyreek. Loads of it. You know what I'm saying? And think about it. A lot of the guys here, even if they don't say it, they come off left winged. So when you're in a part of a certain wing, I don't expect them to like certain people. I don't expect Vosi, for example, to like Candace Owens. I just don't. I mean, I don't like her either, but I mean, I just don't expect for him to out of anybody. So I think that sometimes it's a little biased. So that's why ultimately I was quiet in the beginning on Tyreek stuff. I think Tyreek do want the betterment for our people. I really do feel like he want the betterment for Black people. I do think that he have great talking points for our people. The thing yesterday I didn't like about what he said was because he was trying to separate us, divide us. It seems that he have this. It's not just him, but I would say anybody on the right have a problem with immigrants or people who just not in America legally or whatever the case. Even they are here legally, he have a problem with it. But that's not. Again, it's not something that's him. It's a right wing thing, and he's a right wing person. And I lean right, so for me, I guess I understand why he said why he talked the way he talked. But I still I think I'm more left when it comes to social issues, right? So that's why I'm kind of like, yeah, I get it, but at the same time, that's a social issue to me, and it's like, yeah, you shouldn't have said that. You know what I'm saying? I get you feel that way, but you shouldn't have said that, especially not knowing, just being unsure about who it was. But as far as Tyreek go, I do think he's a stand-up brother. I mean, I really everybody say dumb shit. You know, you take your fucking top black activists, you know, they go say some dumb shit. You know, they're gonna piss somebody off. I mean, Killer
Everyone
Mike probably
has.
said some dumb shit. You know,
Like Barack Obama even made a statement that was like, I don't care if you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. And niggas took that shit left. I ain't seen nothing wrong with it myself, but you're never gonna appease everybody. So I mean,
right.
that makes sense.
So that's one of those things that I gotta say. But I guess how I like to say it is yeah, we know he first of all, we know he's getting paid to do what he's doing. I'm not saying that makes it right, because it don't. In fact, that makes it wrong. But he do get paid to be a voice. At the end of the day, that's his platform. So whatever he want to say on his platform, he really can say. Just like this is our platform. We want to say we go fuck 5 fat bitches tomorrow. Who's finna stop us from saying that on our platform? You know what I'm saying? So that's his platform. And at the end of the day, I guess how I see things is if he feel it's right, then it's right. You know what I'm saying? And if he felt that it was wrong, it was wrong. That's just how I see things. That's how I've always seen things. Even like the Brandon Tatum thing we talked about 4 weeks ago. You know, I just think if somebody sees something they're saying is right, then they're probably right. They're probably passionate about it. You know, and you have to, like I think I was talking to Delilah when she was here, that she even said, I can't do that. I can't just say somebody's right about something and you gotta look at it from their perspective. If you know, you gotta just straight up say some things are wrong. But no, I really don't feel that way. It's like when I'm arguing with my woman and she has a point, I may think she's wrong. Whatever she's saying, I probably think she's fucking wrong, but she feels she's right. So what I gotta do? I have to think she's right. I have to respect that, you know, because no matter how wrong I think she is, she's gonna always have that opinion, and he's not gonna change somebody's opinion. So, do I like what he said? No, but I understand why he said it because that's the agenda he follows. You know what I'm saying? And I guess, how can I say just don't ignore the good things he do for black people. You know, the good things he said about black people. Don't ignore that because he said a few things, you know, about another group of black people that wasn't right or proper per se. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, just don't ignore the rest of the things he do for black people because he really is one of the biggest activists. Any of those YouTube guys, even like Umar, who also I have respect for, but he gets off. You know, he's a liberal, but he gets off the goddamn wagon sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it happens. It happens with everybody. That's my point I'm trying to make. So it don't matter what side you lean and nothing like that. It happens with everybody. But again, when you have a group of left wing people talking about a right wing guy, of course he's going to look like the enemy. Or he said the worst thing in the world because it's politics involved.
Mm. Okay, so that's where guys like myself step in, because for me it's more of a common sense and a humanitarian level. I understand that Tariq Nasheed is pro-black as fuck. You could sit and talk to the nigga for 60 seconds and figure that shit out very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I also understand that those that fuck with him are going to be cool with what he says, no matter what the fuck he says. And those that aren't, who may not find issue with him and his views, can take with the times that he's incorrect about a certain issue and magnify because of how they feel. I fall on neither side. I look past who the fuck he is as a person, his views on things. And for me, this is a situation that you turn something that should have been a simple thing into something that had nothing to do with none of that shit. It's like, for me, his tweet glossed over the fact that a black woman was motherfucking attacked because she rejected a group of guys. I don't give a fuck where she from. I don't give a fuck what they from. I don't give a fuck about none of that. A black woman was fucking beat the fuck up. because she said no. Because she voiced a choice, she was fucking attacked. And you skipped over all that shit to talk about who's hiding them, where they're from, Harlem, take this L, and all this other bullshit. Like, dude, I don't care what side you lean. I don't care what side I lean. This is just fucking stupid as a whole. That was my issue. Now, if a nigga that don't fuck with the truth, she like, see, he always doing that bullshit, and there go it is. I ain't here for that. And those that fuck with him, she be like, man, he fuck up every now and then. I ain't here for that. What does the side that he's on or what side you on, whether you rock with him or not, got anything to do with this woman?
So I do agree with that. Nep actually said it yesterday. He said it shouldn't be about race and that matters. It should just be about a woman, got a bills, basically. That's what it should be about. Simple. I mean, nothing else to talk about, right? It don't matter if she was white, black, Asian, whatever. A woman got taken advantage of. It's no more discussion.
And that's the problem. That's the problem that I have in that particular instance, because it's like, as opposed to looking at exactly what happened, you found 4 more conflicts to start. 4 more conflicts, and skipped over the one that was supposed to support. So fuck accountability for men and the harassment of women. You went to immigrants, how they are in Harlem, what the fuck the woman might have been. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get past, how do you pull that from a situation that could have happened to anyone? That's my issue.
Stereotyping. I mean, when you think about Harlem, what you think about? Puerto Ricans and blacks. I mean, we are the same, but that's what you think about. When Harlem
I've never been to New York. I don't know who they're.
I mean, still, even without knowing, just Harlem. I said Harlem. Now, who do you think about? Like what's in your head right now? I'm thinking about Loaded Lugs. You know what I'm
Charlie
saying?
Clips.
Charlie. You know what I'm saying? Like you think, what I'm saying? Like it's Puerto Ricans and blacks. That's what you think about, straight up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, again, that's one of the things it was like a stereotypical thing. And that was wrong. That was wrong of him. You know what I'm saying? But I think my main point is people try to paint him to just be a bad person all around, and mainly because he's a conservative. That's ultimately the reason why people always paint black conservatives in the wrong light. And I honestly hate it. I do, because I feel like black conservatives want what's best for us. I do feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel that way because, I mean, again, when it comes to social things, I do feel like I'm more left leaning. You know what I'm saying? But every time I talk to a conservative black person, what I get from them is that if they're not trying to empower everybody else, they're already empowered themselves. Like, in general, they focus on their own empowerment, self-empowerment, instead of black empowerment, but self-empowerment, which is, to me, is still black empowerment. Because if you're a black man empowering yourself, I mean, that's still black empowerment. So go ahead, Fed.
I'll go ahead and say this as a person that doesn't lean either direction. I can see the argument for why people feel like, black conservatives don't necessarily have the good of the people, those being black people, in mind. When you speak about self-serve, self-excellence, self-progression, that is important. The left, or whatever the fuck they call the left, those on the opposite end who are not black conservatives probably feel like they solely look out for just themselves, and it's like, fuck the people, it's about me, and I just so happen to be black. As opposed to on the other end, it's like, we all in this shit together, let's make this work.
So,
and those two clash, and I feel like that's where the conflict lies.
If you was to ask me right now, hey Moth, what do you think as a people we should do to better ourselves? What can we do to get to the next step? What can we do to empower ourselves? My answer to you would be, Fed, for you to focus on yourself. That'll be my answer to you. That's the way black people's going to come up. We're going to get over anything, like, is to focus on yourself. That's honestly what I would say. I always say this because I've seen this with my own eyes and I see it every day. The platform thing. I always like to say this. You offer somebody your platform. That's all you can do in this world. That's all you can do. Let's offer somebody your platform. This right here, the Speak Up podcast, this is a platform that we share. We can offer this to people. We've seen it offered to many women. They left. You know, I don't think there's any men that was here that left, but I'm sure if we offer to any men, they'll be happy to join. But are they going to be as consistent as we are? You know, like it's so many things. Are they going to be interested? Do they actually want to be a part of the podcast? You know, so many things. We just happen to be for people that actually want to do this. So I think when it comes to like offering a platform, certain people's going to take it, certain people's not. It's a lot of us. I think Tyreek actually said this. There's a lot of us that's never gonna like. Well, how do you, I don't want to say it the wrong way. I don't want to put words in his mouth. But basically, like how I understood something he said was like a lot of us is like never going to be smart enough, smarter than the white supremacists, I guess. You know what I'm saying? The people who actually run this world, not this country, but this world. Like a lot of us will never be smarter than that person. But how can you get smarter than that person? Yes, it takes an individual first, and that individual will have to teach it to somebody else, and then it becomes a group thing. But it got to start with an individual. It has to start with somebody, and that's why I say focus on yourself, because you can't help nobody. That's like me asking somebody that I know is poor, just don't got a job, nothing, and I'm asking them for financial advice. And I have a $1 million company, but I'm asking them for financial advice. To me, that would not make any sense. Like, why would I possibly ask you for any advice when I'm doing 20 times better than you? You know what I'm saying? I may can listen to something you say, but I'm just like, that just doesn't make sense. That's a gray area to me, you know? So I think the thing is, if we focus on ourselves as an individual, I do feel like we would get better as a unit. And I think that's really honestly the only way, to be honest, Fed.
And I feel now here's the thing. Now, as far as I'm concerned, as you know, a person that sees both sides, you're correct. But some people may see it as being incomplete. Because what happens more often than not, you know, is that those that focus on themselves, once they've achieved a certain place they need to be, as Black conservatives, at least in my opinion, what happens more often than not, at least when you speak to the folks, is that once they reach a certain level, they don't want to risk losing what they've achieved to try to empower other people. For them, the risk is too great. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas with on the other side, it's like there are some we're only as strong as our weakest link type shit. So I agree with you that it is important to empower yourselves and gain knowledge and be self-sufficient, because you can't, you know, reach out and help anyone. I guess that's why I disagree. It's like, I can't say disagree with you, but I guess it's where most people would disagree. Was like, well, there's a will, there's a way. The same pick yourself up by a bootstraps mentality can be used to even empowering people around you. Who's to say that two people that are not in the greatest place together can't get somewhere? Why does someone have to make it first and then impart wisdom and whatnot, when it's like we all started off here, we can make it happen? But I guess that's where it's like, it's differences. Some people might feel like we can all get it and the risk is worth the reward, where those that might become sufficient, become, you know, elevated, whatever you want to call it, are like, you know what, I would love to do this for my folks, but the risk is too damn great. I can't. And it sucks, because considering that we as Black people, that is what we all have to realize, that we are, that no matter where the fuck we are, the risks that we fear do not exist on the white side. So we wouldn't even have to separate in terms of, okay, I made it, but do I really want to try to lift this up versus shit, we all here, let's get it together. Where on the white side, it don't matter what the fuck they are. If they choose to go back and help a motherfucker, they can. If they are poor or some bullshit, they ain't doing too well and they decide to build up shit, they will. They don't have to have that separation unless they choose to. We don't have a choice. Because there's not a lot of us that get the opportunity to get to a place where we can necessarily reach back with ease and not worry about the consequences of trying to help our people.
Okay.
And that sucks.
And I feel like I don't want you to get it twisted.
No, that's cool.
Now, let's say, for example, me and you, let's say something, we like music. Me and you like music and sports. So say we decided to just say, you know what, we're gonna go open up a sports store, and we're also gonna sell albums, you know, all the new albums that come out there. Do I feel like me and you can be successful in that together? You damn skippy, I can. You know what I'm saying? I do. But if there's another brother who, let's say, into rock and roll, fucking wear the tightest of skinny jeans that I ever seen, you know what I'm saying? Like, dyes his hair pink, got fucking gauges and shit in his ear, and we just don't have nothing in common in general. Everything he likes is just totally different from me. I can't have that same vision with that brother. He's still black. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But we can't do that same thing together. I don't see that something that I would enjoy doing because I don't think that he'll be into the same things that I'm into because he's just not. Simply, he's not.
Well,
you know,
in that particular instance, the goal in mind is to make a successful business. My interest, my shared interest with that person, while it could be helpful, is trivial in terms of our success. There's people that we work with and see all the time work successful who we don't fuck with at all. There are a lot of companies that don't fuck with each other. You think Apple wanted to have Samsung make their fucking phone screens? Hell no, they're the ops. But y'all make some good screens. We need these.
Right.
So what the fuck they gonna do until they decide to pull their head out their ass and make their own screens? Well, fuck it. I might not fuck with Samsung. They might be our biggest rivals, but they make some good screens.
Okay,
and
no.
Strike a deal.
And I agree with that too. But I think that's a different topic. Because that's like saying like I'm a plumber and a guy that does AC come at me right now and say, "Hey, you a plumber? I do AC. You want to get a business together?" I mean, hell yeah. I mean, you damn right I do. That's a different story.
But the reason why I say it's not is because at that point, even though y'all both now see, I can see why you say it's different because Apple and Samsung are in the same technology space, whereas you and this guy are both in different fields per se, but you're still in like home. What's the word I'm looking for? Home.
I mean, regardless, we're blue collar workers and we're in construction. I mean, regardless, that's what we do. We do construction.
Yeah.
But
even if y'all don't share the same skill set, your skill sets can both help a particular group of people. So while I may two do separate things, y'all can still get together. Like if I'm in cars and sales and one guy's like in the fucking mechanic shop, I keep the shit sell. I can get them sold. You can keep them running. We making money for that dealership together, and now we getting paid because we have a common goal in mind. So when we talk about the guy that might not like rap music and whatever, but he still has a successful business in the music, all I care about at that point is the business side. What is your pro that makes it work? Let me get that from you.
Well, no, I got you on that. But at that point, I see it like that'd be more of a case of somebody that I straight up know. Like I straight up know. What I'm saying is the moment I met you, the day I met you, I knew you liked sports and hip hop. And if I wanted to open up something with you, I could have did that confidently. Something that I actually want to do. You see what I'm saying? But something I want to do, I can just be like, that's the guy. Like he knows a lot about both of these things. He's the fucking guy. You know what I'm saying? First day you hopped on the show.
So you're saying that the common interest would be more incentive to like do something with somebody, whether they got the experience, knowledge or not.
Right, because you're interested in the same thing. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to make that point. Because not everybody's going to be interested. Even if this guy probably know how to sell, he might can sell the shot of albums in that store, the shot of some jerseys in that store. But he don't want to do that because he's not into sports. He might want to sell computers. You see what I'm saying? So that's a point I'm trying to make. His interest is not the same as mine. But that's why I was trying to let you know. Now, if a dude came at me, like I was going to get there actually. So that's why I'm glad you said that. Now, if a dude came at me that was in the same type of profession, residential service, if you want to call it that, you know what I'm saying? And said, hey, look, man, I do electrician work. I got my master's. You got a master's plumbing license. We should get a business together because they're going to call one number. And then they're going to think we do everything. We can get us a AC guy, a sheetrock guy. Okay. Now I'm about to pretty much have enough capital to build my own houses for free. For free. Because I employ the guys that build it. You know what I'm saying? So they're getting paid by hour to build things that I tell them to build. Why not my house? I'll pay them to build it by hour. You know what I'm saying? So I would literally have the capital to build things for free after that. So of course I would go through with somebody, that's black and have the same, but still that's still the same goals as I have because they're still a blue collar worker doing residential commercial service. You see what I'm saying? It's an interest that we have, but just a different career field. You know what I'm saying?
So in terms of relating that back to, let's say, with like a guy like, Tariq Nasheed or some of the other, more polarizing figures within, the black, whatever the fuck they call it, blackosphere. I don't know the word for it. Vosie's the wordsmith here. And I rap. That's crazy. Do you feel as though that we should find a way to, here's the sad part. In that particular instance, I don't believe, regardless of the way they deliver their messages or which way they lean per se, that folks like an Umar, a Candace Owens, a Barack Obama, and a fucking Louis Farrakhan, if they all, I would be hard pressed to know that they do not all share the same common interest for the progression of black people. I refuse to fucking believe that. I could be wrong, but I would behoove, it would behoove me to know that they all at least have the same interest for the progression of black people. The way they choose to get there, very fucking different. You know what it reminds me of? This is why X-Men is so fucking amazing. Charles Xavier, Professor X, Magneto. They both want the peace of, for mutants to be safe and live in peace. Magneto believes that the humans got to get the fuck up out of there to make it happen. And Xavier believes we can coexist.
Yeah.
Both want the same shit. Both have totally different ways of getting there. And that type of conflict, it's like, where do you find the common ground? And that's where a lot of people, I feel like a lot of the people in the, our black leaders, and I use that term loosely, have a problem admitting to having common ground. Because if they did, we wouldn't need several different flavors of of striving for black greatness. There'd just be one. And we could get there.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. That's hard to reach as a unit. Obviously the white folks done it. Obviously the agent. No, the people done it. You know what I'm saying? It's been done right as we speak. I mean, the Hispanics are doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been done. The Spanish going to be probably the richest people in the world probably in the next 20, 30 years, bro. Mark my words. You know what I'm saying? Like, they will be. Like, I promise you. They're already overpopulating the shit out of America. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be the richest people in the world. I promise you. Like, and specifically the Mexican. Like, the Mexican country is going to, like, expand. That shit crazy, bro. But anyways, like, wait, what the fuck I was going to say just now? Why was I... lost my train of thought, fat. It happens. But hey, man, I did want to. Anyways, I really did want to jump into the masculinity thing though. Before we get to it's already getting like 30 minutes in. But yesterday we were kind of talking about like toxicity, masculinity, men feeling entitled. You know what I'm saying? What happened? Like this still in relation to the. What happened again? The dude.
So there was another guy, also in Harlem, that groped a young woman. She went and got her boyfriend. They came back to get it shaken, and she got shot and killed. The boyfriend was also shot, but he survived. Yeah. And it's like, what the fuck?
So first, let's talk about the dude that groped her. And I kind of didn't really share my thoughts on that yesterday. But okay, that's fucked up. Like, anybody know me know I would have slapped the shot that nigga. Like, I would have slapped the shit out of him. Like, if that's my homeboy, like, I'm slapping him. If he went to the prison cell that I was in, I'm beating him up. Probably shank his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it go get serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's some weak ass fuckboy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, a girl tell you no, you just respect it. Like, you respect it. Like, no is no. Like, go holler at the bitch right next to her then. Other than the bitch, look, there's a rule. I got my own rules. So this is my rules. Y'all put this in y'all notebook and shit, write it down. You might get some pussy. So this is the thing. If you really want to get some pussy, this is the thing. You gotta holler at 10 girls a day. It seemed like a small number, but that's a lot. Like, you gotta holler at 10 girls a day. And I ain't talking about online. I mean, you gotta actually walk up to 10 different girls a day, and you gotta just be like, can I get your number? You're gonna get 9 no's and 1 maybe every day. You know what I'm saying?
Work with it.
Like, you're gonna get 9 no's and 1 maybe every day. That's what's gonna happen to you. I'm telling you, that's gonna happen to you. You're gonna get 9 no's and 1 maybe every day. One girl kind of, yeah, well, whoop whoop. My homeboy asked me one time, how do you fuck bad bitches? I told him you gotta only holler at bad bitches. If that's all you hollering at, eventually you go get one. That's how you fuck bad bitches. When you want a Mexican bitch, only holler at Mexican bitches. Eventually, one's gonna be like, okay, I like him. Bro, that's a bitch for everybody, bro.
Me so Arnie.
That's a bitch for everybody, bro. Like, and and this is just some talk I shouldn't be talking, but I gotta let them. I gotta let the world know, bro. There is a woman out here for everybody. One woman out here is gonna like you. It's up to you to do what you want to do with that. But one woman, bro, I swear to you, if you want an Asian woman, Fed, if you right now, you Fed, you talking to Moth, if you want an Asian woman, I tell you right now, go out, holler at 10 a day. You go out and literally find 10 Asian women you can find. I don't give a fuck where they at, and you holler at 10 a day. I promise you, within a month's time, you will have your Asian chick.
Nigga, you preaching to the choir, bro. We could definitely speak about that on one of the late episodes of Whole Hawks here. But you know,
we can get into that later. But mainly on the topic though, my point. But you see how happy I'm excited I'm talking about that, because that's how easy it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that easy. You know what I'm saying? You just find a game plan, do it. But going up to say nah, well, you know what? Yeah, you know, like that's not cool. Like I much rather you be like, well, fuck you then go touch her. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you feel salty and say some hoe ass shit than you go touch her. And that's some bitch ass shit too. But that's what I prefer you to do. Well, fuck you then. You know what I'm saying?
And fellas, man, the problem that I have with that is that when we speak about, you know, the fragile male ego, it's probably like the saddest shit in the world, because the ego will make you manifest shit that has nothing to do with the rejection. We don't know what Shorty said to do because we weren't there. But in many scenarios, much like this, where no one gets killed or beat the fuck up, usually when you're rejected, it's for the most common two reasons are no interest and, you know, already, you know, committed to somewhere else. Neither one equates to there being something insufficient about you in the rejection. You think niggas like me and Marv don't turn women down?
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
But even in doing so, is it because they're ugly? Is it because they did something wrong? Or maybe it could be just that at that specific point in time, yeah, it's a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
But that's nothing. That's not to say that something's wrong with it. And even if a person has a purpose, it still doesn't speak anything about you. Let's say she might be like a 10. Maybe I like 8s. Maybe I like 8s. Maybe that might be my thing. What if her ass fat and jiggle when she stands still? I'm a breast man. Maybe I like perfect teeth. Maybe a bitch maybe you like gap teeth in your mouth. Like,
here's the funny part. I actually like average looking chicks. I don't like fine ass chicks. You know why? Too much attention, bro. So I don't want, look, I feel like I'm attractive. You know, I do feel like, I feel very confident in myself.
You a handsome nigga, I give it to you.
Some women actually come at me, so I gotta be handsome. You know what I'm saying? And I won't say some, because that's kind of like an understatement. I would say a lot of women actually come at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I have to be handsome. Like, that's what I told myself. Like, I have to be handsome. The woman that I had sex with versus I cuffed, bro, total different. Like, I fucked some woman that was like phenomenal, and I've probably dated like, yeah, like I probably dated like an 8 at best, and that's at best. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's weird. It seems like I'm attracted to average looking women. Like, that's what gets me going, and I don't know why. Like, I guess I like a woman. I like a woman that appreciates she got a good dude that's good looking and all that, versus somebody who feel like she's supposed to have him. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like,
this system entitlement can definitely go both ways. And then speaking on that, it's like, my G, like, I don't know what in the world would possess you to clap at this bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? First off, if you scared to get your ass whooped, knowing that you groped her and she came back with a dude, like, if you fear for your life, you had no business doing that, because you were just under the assumption that you like touch or whatever ain't shit finna happen. Then she came back with a dude, and all of a sudden you up the pole. Like, that's some whole ass shit. But in addition to that, there is a strong sense of entitlement that's completely uncalled for, unnecessary with guys. And the part that pissed me off about that story yesterday is that how in the fuck where's the math coming from that you are supposed to have this woman? Like, where did that come from? Who
Right.
raised you to believe that this is yours and that's just it? That by even putting forth the energy to holler at her, she was supposed to say yes. You were not supposed to be rejected. She wasn't supposed to tell you she had a boyfriend.
I
And then
can under
after
yeah.
and then after getting denied, you still are like entitled to touching her with
Yeah.
no fucking repercussions. Who the fuck teaches that shit? I don't get it.
Yeah. And I was even gonna say that the mind frame of that is okay to feel entitled and shit like that. But to have actions to do those kind of actions though, that that's unacceptable. Like that's just looked down on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not cool. So it's
But
like,
okay,
yeah. So it's like that that particular situation when he shot her, and the boyfriend, it made me wonder, like, what the boyfriend said, like, kind of like what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, did he not come with a pistol? Like, how do y'all get shot? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that happen? Like, did dude just like, oh, they just back with a man? I'm about to just shoot him because he think that, like, I don't know.
like to be fair,
Like
all I know is
damn.
that I wouldn't necessarily ask why the boyfriend didn't come back armed because and let's be honest here, no one really goes out anywhere expecting like not to come back home that fucking night. No matter what the fuck you get into, because if they did, they plan shit
Right.
better. Word to fucking Willie D. So like when that guy came back with his girl, he probably thought he was gonna see dude that touched his chick. And let's be honest, like you ready to get down on something for your lady. Straight up, like if she feel like she got tried or harassed and she feels like super like, out of sorts because like some dude put hands on her or touched her in a way that made her feel uncomfortable, as a man, you gonna go out there and like go do something about that. You might not have the intention to kill, even if you might be willing to do so. I don't assume the guy had the intentions of trying to like kill, buddy. So he didn't come out there ready to like up the file, nigga, even if whether he had one or not. We don't know unless we get more info on the story. But dude that started this whole shit apparently was. He was clearly not ready to take an ass whooping if that's what it was gonna get to, and decided, fuck it, I'm gonna file on both of them, and Shorty ended up losing her life, and that's fucked up. All because he couldn't suffer the consequences of his actions, believing that there wasn't going to be any fucking consequences, and then once face to face with those consequences, decided to take the coward way out and start, dumping on niggas and shit.
Yeah.
That shit weird.
Yeah, it is, man. I don't understand it. I mean, I just don't. I don't know, man. It's hard. It's hard to think about. It's hard to think about. It's sad. It's wrong in so many ways. None of it makes sense. You know. Come in. Yeah, nah. None of it really makes sense. I gotta get the door. I think.
Oh, go ahead.
Hold on, y'all. Excuse me. Go ahead, Fed.
Yep. Yeah. So while Mop, tends to his company and whatnot, ultimately, a sense of entitlement is very dangerous because in believing that you deserve something, whether you earned it or not, there are certain things that you're willing to justify based on that sense of entitlement. A nigga that knows that he had no business touching her, that knows he can be rejected, that knows that there are consequences and repercussions to, grow up with someone who is not who you are not with. I'm not gonna say not yours because she's not on anyone's property. That is not someone you are committed to. That's not someone who's comfortable with you. And now you feel like you can come back and get the, rattling off shots on people. Like
Right.
anyone else that knows that this person doesn't owe you their time, their attention, their body, or their fucking acceptance of your, you know, getting at them, would know, okay, I ain't gonna touch her. I might could say some salty shit. I ain't gotta, get in no trouble just because someone else made a conscious choice not to choose me. And maybe there's nothing wrong with me, and I'm just not that cup of tea. But to be
Right.
able to That sense of entitlement will have you believing that you're something that you're not, including unable to be rejected. Fuck you mean no? I'm handsome. Like I got money. I'm on the block. Like I do what the fuck I want. Like you can't tell me no. Try, bitch. Like that doesn't make any sense. I get told no.
That's
You
what
know
it
what I'm
was.
saying?
I mean, that's
That's
exactly
it.
what it was. That's why I said it's hard to think about, because that's exactly what it was. It was that sense of entitlement that you just named just now, like that behavior, bro. Just that I'm on the block, like that's what it was, bro. I'm on the block, like I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm this, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tell me no. Like that's
And
exactly what it was.
that
Like
sucks because that's why I say for me it's not complicated because it's like for some people it's like who I am, and to you fragile male ego having motherfuckers, I want to debunk this fucking equation y'all came up with in y'all brains.
right,
Who you are does not equate to what the fuck you deserve. Okay?
that's
It
facts.
just damn don't. Being the president does not give you the fucking privilege to be racist or stupid when you have the lives of millions of people in your possession. Being a business owner does not give you the right to discriminate against people. Having fucking intelligence doesn't give you the right to belittle people. And having status and a belief about yourself does not give you the right to be angry when other people still fucking reject you.
Facts.
Anton Deshaun
Facts.
Johnson, federal ranger, is that nigga.
Yeah.
And bitches still say no.
Yeah.
Am I mad at that? Am I
Nope.
any less that nigga because this one person did not say yes? Fuck no.
Right.
Hell no. But for some of you niggas, rejection means everything. You can't be that nigga if it took one person to get you to do all that. How much of a nigga are you? How much of that nigga are you really? If she say no, you go up her boyfriend come back, you puss out, up the fire, and then shoot all of them and then kill the chick you were trying to get at in the first place. What sense that make?
And I said it yesterday. I think the key point that we didn't mention yet, and I hate we didn't, is that child is now growing up without his mother. Or was it a she? Was it a little girl? I think it was a dude,
Not
huh?
sure.
Yeah, but anyway, still, it was a kid for sure. Like, there's a kid that's now growing up without his mother, and probably an injured father, perhaps. You know what I'm saying? Like that's tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, all because it probably was some hood nigga on the block that probably was slinging or some shit. Probably seen a bad chick walk by. Yeah, what's up? And you know what I'm saying? Like, and now this chick was a whole mother. Like, the chick had a whole kid, and you just killed her. For what? Like, nothing can explain why you did that. Like, nothing. Like that shit right there pisses me off. That's what I don't like about the hood. Shit like that. It's just like it gives it a bad name. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, come on, bruh. And if you really was, like you said, if you really was that nigga, you don't have to do that. You so much that nigga, you got to touch on a chick. Don't you got bitches in your phone you can touch on? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
that's that's not cool. Like, and again, you know how I am. I take that kind of shit very hard. When it comes to the children, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, just for that, I would have probably, you know what I'm saying, came after him. Like, nigga, like, where you at? Like, none of his partners can't have respect for him right now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and
Like,
if y'all still around this goofy ass nigga, man, that says a lot about you. I don't give a fuck what he
right,
provides you with. Leave that nigga alone, bro. Like
right.
I can't be associated with shit like that, man. Your homie a goofy. You need
Fuck
to
no.
check that shit.
If that was my homeboy, dog, I'm telling you, I would have shot him myself. Like, cause that's not cool. Like, nigga,
Your homie a goofy. I need
you
5 minutes
tripping.
alone in the room with you. I
You
need 5 minutes.
tripping.
I don't know about shoot him, but like, I need 5 minutes alone with you, dog. We gotta have this talk. Let's go out in the backyard.
Yep.
So that
I
shit is
mean,
just
and
sad.
even if the boyfriend came back and he had a blicky on him, he should have just like caught that round like a man. If he got his ass whooped, then hey, you should never touch nobody, girl. But I bet you never do that
Well,
shit again.
we know. So
Yeah,
it's sad because fortunately, she's not here to defend herself, take care of her kid, be with her guy. Like it sucks.
yeah,
And
him.
there's some niggas out there. I hope not, but I'm pretty sure there's probably some niggas that I think the shit is okay. It's like, hey man,
For
she
sure.
should have just like, you don't know what the fuck she said, yo. But like, even if it could have been like a fuck nah, nigga, you ugly. It's like, bruh, how much did that hurt you that you had to do all that? That's all that. That's a hurt nigga right there. Not
I
only are
think
you a fragile, even if you a hurt nigga, you a whole hurt hoe out here.
it don't matter what her response was, to be honest, Fed. Like, that's irrelevant because whatever she said, you got to take it.
She's
You know what I'm
entitled
saying?
to it.
If
She is
a
entitled to say
if
no.
if a woman just told you you look like a, if you asked her, hey, can I get your number, and she was like, you look like a stick, you got to take that. You got to look like that stick. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, all right.
I'm gonna stick that fuck women before
That's,
you, and I'll
hey,
fuck about you.
that's your loss. Like, that's what I'm like. That's your loss.
Like, baby, I'm
Anyways,
the
you know what
star
I'm saying?
boss. Fuck you talking
Like,
about?
you know who you just said no to? Like, that's how I'm like, that's really how I think. Like, you know who you just said no to? You know what
And
I'm
and to be
saying?
honest, even us responding like that, it's still like on some. It's some slightly hurt shit, but it ain't on some. I'm gonna get your ass for that, bitch. No, it ain't gonna be none of that. Like, it ain't that damn serious. It's just not.
Nah. So that's why
Sad.
that's why it's so hard. Like, this is the way we can talk about this so like effortlessly. That's why it's so hard, Fed. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like, damn, how could you do that, bro? And like, we talking about the shit like it's nothing. Like, a woman did us, we laughing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, cool. That's you. But
And the
like,
thing is, I feel like, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you take the rest of it. I
yeah,
feel like the niggas that would do the type of shit Buddy did clearly suffer from what they believe is a lack of abundance. When you've had as much sex as me and Marvin probably had, and then hit on the women we got, like, we can all the shit that you would normally go after a woman for, we can skip right the fuck past that. That's why we don't
facts.
really date the tens. We done fuck the tens. We
You
don't
already
want
had
the
them.
tens. Like,
Facts.
we want now it's like now it's like, okay, we want the other shit. Will we still fuck? Absolutely. I mean, my dick get hard like everybody goddamn else. But after I done came to my senses, per se, are you annoying? Can you cook? Bitch, can you read?
Right.
Like, I need to know that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you pass this litmus test? Like, can you braid? Can you dress? Do you wipe your ass from back to front? Like, help me out here. I need to know.
Yeah, I think we actually talked about that same thing in episode 1. You know what I'm saying? But
Like, it's not that. And then for you niggas out there willing to die by some pussy, you clearly have not had nothing in a minute.
yeah.
Oh
And
man, that's the
speaking of
oof,
dying about some pussy, that is definitely going to be one of the talking points on Ho
future
Out Shit
episodes,
tomorrow.
bro. Like,
Yes,
cause
sir.
ain't no motherfucking way.
Mhm.
Yo, man, I'm glad you got to get it off your
Yeah,
chest,
man.
Julie. I'm
Yes,
glad I got to
sir.
come through.
For sure. Well, y'all, man, you know, this is Real Spill with Moth, man. I'm gonna be doing this every now and again. Like, again, I'm gonna be doing it whenever I get an episode that I didn't really talk much on, or just one of our old ones that I wanted to say more on. If I just think about something randomly, I just want to hop on here and smoke and just talk some shit. Like, I'm gonna get on here and do the real spill. So anybody ever want to hop on and get on with me, man, let me know. No problem. I'll put you on as a guest. Hey, yo, Fat,
You
thank you for
feel
coming
me?
through, bro. I really
No
appreciate it,
doubt.
man.
Don't forget, tomorrow night, 10
Yes,
p.m.
sir.
Eastern,
Oh,
9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. motherfucking West Coast time.
yes,
Whole
sir.
Watch episode 5.
Oh,
What's
hot
your
shit, you heard
fantasy?
me? Yes, sir.
Okay, we out.
All right, y'all have a good night.